celebrate somebody's 60th birthday 1 month early. This is pretty exciting. I just took a bus and I am in the small town of Uderkirk aan de Amstel. Hope I got that right.
Amsterdam, first real morning here in the city center at a little place where Rob is having a breakfast sandwich and a coffee. And we're right near the canals. We've been walking around the canals this morning. I had the croissant, it was delicious.
It's gone.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
Just a few quick observations after less than a half day in the center of Amsterdam. Yes, there are a lot of bikes. Look at this. But, I mean, they're all over the roads and they're pretty fearless and, you know, helmetless. They're all helmetless and they can do some really odd behavior. Like we saw a lady last night pedaling past the hotel having a loud argument while talking into her phone and only looking at her phone. So
and also it was on a street that had car traffic.
Yeah. So she was, but she was not even in the bike lane.
No
so
helmet.
No helmet. So Patty was saying last night she's done 14 months of hard training to prepare for walking in this trip to Amsterdam.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much more difficult Madeira is than a flatter place like Amsterdam. Amsterdam is actually even flatter than Ann Arbor. It's nice and flat. It's a good city for people with mobility issues. But even so, I feel like I'm able to walk twice as far. And it's a result, I think, of living in a place where I'm always going up and down. It's strengthened my muscles.
So the benefit for Patty of this cold weather is that she experienced this fall. The leaves on the ground, the leaves and their different colors, right? Although you think they've passed their peak.
No, they're still, well, I don't know if they've passed their peak, but there's still a lot of leaves changing. It's just with the gray skies, they're not as vibrant, but at least today, there's a lot of yellows. I haven't seen many reds, but anyway, it's beautiful. I'm not complaining a bit. I don't think it's too cold. I'm perfectly comfortable. I have an extra sweater. I have 2 extra layers if I need it. Van Gogh is, I think, my favorite painter. I also love Bonnard and Gogh and several others, but I think just as a person and a painter, I think Van Gogh has always been my favorite. I'm glad to be here in the land of his home, and this museum was started by his family, and it was really nice to see the paintings, but unfortunately, I was shocked that they were all covered in glass, which really detracts from the enjoyment of an oil painting. At first I thought, well, what are these, all gouache or something? Why are these all covered? But no, they were his oil paintings. I was disappointed with the glass. Also, I felt like the crowds were a little much. We're on a Monday in late October, so I can only imagine. This one, it wasn't as much Van Gogh as I expected. There were some other artists here, and there were a few paintings that were not behind glass, but most of the paintings that even were Edvard Munch, I always say the name wrong, but you know who I mean, the guy who painted the Scream. There was a really great painting of his here, but it was also behind glass. So, I don't know, for me as a painter, I like to see the strokes.
Let's give it a shot, huh?
I'll go here. What is on it?
Lox and cream cheese, a sesame bagel. My God. Can I get more New York than that?
It looks like it has dill on it, fresh dill.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They did it up.
Is it good?
It's very good. It scratches an itch. There's no question about it. It's perfectly credible. So Rob got to satisfy his needs. Now we're off on a quest to satisfy Patty's needs. Funny thing is, I was not much of a beer drinker 40 years ago when I was in college. I really disliked Heineken beer. And now, you know, everybody's taste buds have changed, and I'm sipping Heineken and I say, hey, that's pretty good. So I understand the appeal. So Patty has decided to paint in plein air in Amsterdam, which allows me to do what I want to do, which is visit a very special place called, it's the Portuguese Synagogue of Amsterdam. It's a beautiful walk of a little more than a kilometer through Amsterdam's canal district. The synagogue held its first worship service in 1675, which means it is celebrating its 350th year. Compared to Spain, which expelled the Jews in 1492 under King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, it was a little easier to be a Jew after 1492 in Portugal, and even after the Jews were kind of mass converted in 1497 under the King's agreement with Isabella and Ferdinand, so that there could be a royal marriage. He basically said, you're all you're all Catholics, and we don't want to get rid of you. Or he just said that under his breath, didn't want to get rid of them because the Jews of Portugal were important to the economy of Portugal. And the only reason things got a little bit difficult for Portuguese Jews is Rome and the Catholic Church would come in and basically start the Inquisition in Portugal. And it got bad. I mean, my grandfathers were tortured. I know at least one uncle was burned at the stake. So they had to find other places. They had to find places where they could worship and not be persecuted and not fear for their life. And one of those places was Amsterdam, in the newly independent Republic of the Netherlands. So we've had a lot of the packaged Stroopwaffels, but this is supposed to be completely different when it's fresh and kind of still bendy and very messy. So this is pretty exciting, Happy. First fresh Stroopwafel.
You want me to taste it? Oh boy.
Look at him.
I could never eat a whole one. And it's awfully sweet. I mean, it's good, but it's very, very sweet. And just so everybody knows, he's getting the size of bite he's getting is like so tiny. It's just he thinks he's getting a bite. He doesn't really get a bite. He just gets like the taste like this, like that.
Poochie, do you miss your mommy and daddy? Look at Wilson. He's doing good. Come on, be happy.